do. Good morning, guys. I know you're probably just up, so I won't make you turn your mics on to say hello, but good morning anyway.
Hey, Craig.
Hey, Scott.
How's it going?
Morning.
Hi. I didn't know if you guys would just be listening in the background, trying to organise your lives.
I've been up since 4:30 a.m.
God, is that a regular thing, dude?
No. My mother was flying back to another province, so I had to take her to the airport.
Fair play. Fair play. Good on you for doing that. I hate the airport trip first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Morning, boys and girls.
Randy,
Hey,
how's it going?
it's going okay.
Hey, do you want some SEO gossip, Randy?
Oh yeah, give me the gossip, man.
So you know the YouTube channel sponsor prior to you, Niche Website Builders.
Oh, you know what? This is funny. I bet you already know what you're gonna tell me because they just had to send out a notification.
Right, yeah. So you've seen they've went into administration, guys.
Yeah.
Not
I told you that a month or two ago with the AI content stuff. I thought, oh, I don't know how those guys are going to survive.
That's horrible to hear.
It is, yeah.
So you're saying, Randy, that they run out of business because they had human writers and AI writers took a job away from them?
Well, I'm guessing. I mean, think about it on your own. How much content? 6 months ago, how much content were you creating with human writers versus today? How much content are you now shifted to using AI writing?
Talking to a wrong guy. All my content is.
Well,
I
for
like
you,
human writers.
yeah. Well, for all of our press releases, we use all the human writers, but for my affiliate content stuff, I do almost AI content now, but I run it with editors. But with the niche website guys or the Make Lemonade, and that's kind of ironic. We'll see what kind of lemonade they make today. They had their whole thing was all about the content, what they created, and with their human writing staff. And I just think I bet you 80% of their business went away.
I think they also scaled too quickly. They had 150 staff as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I hate to see that happen to anybody. I mean, that just sucks, but yeah. And I don't know, how does that, when it happens there in the UK, Craig, how does that work? So in the US, there's two different types of bankruptcy or reorganization. There's one where you can essentially continue doing business, reorganize, essentially kind of reorganize your debt, renegotiate any kind of debt you may have, but you can continue on as an entity, but in a different method. Or there's bankruptcy where you just like shut down, sell all your assets, and game over.
That's kind of how it works in the UK. When you call in the administrators, they will literally strip the business apart, start selling off everything to pay off people who owed money or whatever. So you're pretty much finished. There's no recovery when you call in I mean, someone might come in and buy it as a going concern for a tenth of what it's worth or whatever, if they're prepared to pay the creditors, but the administrators would literally be coming in to strip it, to try and salvage what it can for the creditors, and then it's put down. So yeah, it's pretty grim.
that really stinks for those guys. I mean, I like those guys. I mean, I had them on the podcast. I mean, I enjoyed talking with them. But,
Smart
yeah,
guys. I think
yeah.
they'll recover from it. They personally, like you know, as individuals, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that model that they had, it grew too quickly. And
Yeah,
that's
and then they tried doing, a bunch of other stuff as well, kind of doing some links, and they were, we had contracted with them to do press releases, as white labeling for them, and I just don't. I think they were so reliant on the content, selling the sites and building the content for the sites. I think that was just a predominant piece of their business that they relied on. And
yeah. But not to worry. Just don't scale too fast, everyone.
yeah.
Why they
And they
shut
weren't
down?
cheap.
Did they shut down?
Well, I don't know if I didn't go on to see if their site is shut down, but yeah, it sounds like that's what's going to end up happening anyway. And
No, it
they
just has a
were
notice
cheap.
on the homepage. It says a notice that they're under management. It's still
Oh.
live though.
So it's still live. But they weren't cheap. And if you recall, even, I don't know, like probably 2 months ago, I don't know, time flies, but they even raised their rates. They even said, hey, we're going to raise our rates, blah, blah, blah. It's like they were kind of doubling down on the content creation piece. I think I even mentioned either in the group or somewhere, I'm like, wow, that is bold to like do an increase of their content creation rates. But
I think there's a couple of things. One is the content, but the other thing is that their audience that we're targeting for content wouldn't pay for human written content at a high rate.
yeah,
Because I see the same thing happening with word agents. They used to sell a lot. They had writers, and now they're struggling too.
yeah.
Like I talked to their CMO, and he was like, "Yeah, we're figuring out this new model with AI and everything." And I was like, "Yeah, your content kind of come down the hill." But that's the thing: when you sell to folks who are looking for cheap content, business model will crumble as soon as a cheaper content shows up somewhere else.
Yeah, no, exactly. And especially in their niche, because they were doing, I mean, they were, I shouldn't say all, but a lot of their stuff was driven around affiliate sites and selling domains and building sites for affiliate. And all of those guys, me, probably everybody but Scott, wants as cheap a content as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, sad news. That's all I can see.
Yeah, it is sad news. I mean, I'd hate to see that for anybody. So
Yeah. Because I know you spent a few quid with them, Randy. So
I did. My last affiliate site we bought from them, and I had them kind of boost it with I think about 100,000 words, I think is what I had them do. Well, just so we could go for it. But yeah.
anyway, on to today's topic, rank and rents. An updated version of rank and rent. We spoke about it last year, spoke about how it works, how people go about doing it. Has anything changed? Someone wanted a refreshed version in case anything has changed. Is anyone in here at all doing rank and rent or lead gen? They're both the same thing. I just think rank and rent's a wanky model, if I'm being honest. You're shooting yourself in the foot, not monetizing it better. It should be lead gen.
I do lead gen.
Lead gen. Any differences, Scott, from this year to the last that you've seen, other than maybe the likes of AI content and stuff? I know you have strictly said with your clients, you like to have human written content, but would you still use the same approach on your lead gen stuff?
No, now most of the lead gen is AI generated stuff, just
Mhm.
because I don't believe in local matters. Like there is not, you don't come up with something new in local. Or man, like long care is long care. It's always been the same. There's no secret strategy to it this year versus last. So it works. AI content works. We're launching our own businesses as well. Like we're moving into offering our own services. Like I partner up with people 50-50, 70-30, and
Yep.
AI ranks just fine for local. In terms of different, like lead gen, is it different versus last year? Not really. Nothing really has changed. Business owners are just busy doing business, so they don't care about AI. You know, the demand is still there. It's just you have to. I think the saturation has increased. A lot of people are jumping into the rank and rent and lead gen model because it becomes more popular. Like Nick Wood and all the other guys are talking on YouTube about a lot about it. So business owners are getting a lot more calls and being promised a lot more shit. And then it's
Yeah.
just harder to find somebody who will actually listen to you to get them signed up for a lead gen. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Ah, fair enough. And fair play for utilizing AI content in there for what it's worth. I agree. I don't think it matters at that level. I'm assuming, Scott, though, you're not using any kind of mass page generation builders or anything like that.
No, not for lead gen. No.
Interesting. Anyone else doing any kind of local lead gen rank and rent stuff? Darren Muzzy, do you not do any of that?
No, I was thinking about it. I for the window tinting and stuff. I haven't
Haven't dabbled in it yet, though.
done anything with it yet.
I think
It's been tried many times in the industry with like directory sites and stuff like that. So, but no.
Pamela's asking, does the Google lawsuit affect anything? What was the lawsuit again? I heard about this a couple of weeks ago. They sued that guy for all the
Fake reviews, fake GMBs.
Yeah, fake GMBs, yeah.
I think it will scare people, Pamela. I genuinely do. However, like Scott has said, he's building real businesses with real people. Can you ever be sued for that? The answer is no. Like if it's a genuine business, I think, if you're going to go down the pin drop route, and stealing GMBs and all the other kind of stuff and doing that type of lead gen on a massive scale, then I do think you have the potential to end up in the same boat as that particular person. And I don't think that guy had a particularly outrageous amount. Was it not just something like 300 GMBs and like 11,000 fake reviews or something like that? It wasn't like millions or anything like that.
Yeah, it was 350, 11,000 reviews. But the thing was, he was blasting it everywhere. He was advertising it.
Yeah.
So it's similar, the FTC gets involved with that kind of stuff with advertising, promising this kind of stuff, and you're going to get a return, and we're going to do this for you, and I can guarantee you, I can tell you, I'll put up all these fake reviews, all that bullshit. So that's fine.
So he was basically gloating about it, which
Everywhere.
Is silly. I didn't see the guy or whatever. I've just kind of heard little bits of it. But Holly Starks used to do a lot of stuff on YouTube. She probably still does. And she spoke at Chiang Mai SEO, gloating about how she was absolutely crushing it. And by the time she landed back over where she stays in America, all her whole fucking network was gone.